Ugh, quit whining!
This is the NaG episode 2.
Where we have no eggs and tons of dry humor.
Tons of it.
My mouth is so dry. All this dry humor.
My mouth was dry this morning. I woke up. Remember I told you I woke up? I don't even know when it was. I just know that my lights are on and I was tired. Perhaps my mouth is really dry or something.
I woke up and then I went to the Walmart.
Oh. Was your mouth dry?
Yeah, I was. I didn't have anything to drink.
Well, remember I told you I didn't want to do anything because I was just so tired. So I didn't even want to turn off the lights and stuff. The one thing I did was like, my mouth's so tired. My mouth's tired. My mouth is dry. So I just got up, had 2 drinks of water. So I remember specifically I took 2 gulps. And then I turned my stuff off and laid back down. But it was cool.
Well, that's some cool beans you got there.
Yeah, it's cool beans. So I'm Gavin.
And I'm Nick.
And last time we didn't really say anything about it being called NaG, and it could change if we really wanted to, but that's what we're going with for now. So
NaG, get used to it.
that's gonna be our phrase: is get used to it. If you don't like it,
get used to it, because you're gonna be seeing not a lot of it.
Not a lot of
these days.
Probably at most one, maybe twice a week on a break, but probably at most once a week.
I'm saying when I get famous, specifically me, I'm going to move it to 1.5 days a week. Yeah.
You're gonna move this to 1.5 days a week.
Sure.
So 1.5 of the days there will be a podcast.
Sure. Get used to it. Well, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't make sense because you can't get used to something that hasn't happened yet.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to because get used to it.
You guys can't see it, but I just gave a smile and a thumbs up.
Smell and thumbs up.
I thought you just said smell those thumbs up.
Well, I think
smells like thumbs up.
I don't think it actually does. I mean, it probably does slightly, but not really because your thumb's the same. But I think thumbs up and thumbs down should have different aromas that they give off. So
Can we get the band Sum 41 to sponsor this?
What's that?
Sum 41, the band.
Oh,
I just referenced the fact that they're a band.
The band Sum. I was like, I don't know what the band Sum 41 is.
No, the band Sum 41.
Sum 41.
Can we get them to sponsor this?
I don't know, and if not, then they can sue us, I guess.
Oh no!
I'm giving them permission right now. You can sue us up to $3.
When Sum 41 listens to this, because they will listen to this, you have full permission to sue us.
Up to the sum of $3.
All right, and only 3.
You know what? Just for the Sum 41, $3.41.
Okay, because you can't leave the 41 part just hanging.
Well, I couldn't have let them sue for $41.
That's true. But that's just mean.
Whoa.
What? The
41?
Yeah, because we'd be losing more money to Sum 41. They were a successful band in the early 2000s. They shouldn't need money now.
I mean, but 41 will get you a long way.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
They would be $41 richer than they were before the court case.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they'd spend that money on?
It depends on what season it is. If it's winter, tons and tons of ice cream. But if it's like summer, I'd say like a trampoline full of ice cream.
Sum 41 does enjoy their ice cream.
On trampolines.
And fall and spring don't exist. Just
Sum
41.
Wait a minute. When you said fall and spring, I was thinking of the trampoline. So they fall onto the trampoline and then it springs them back up.
So I guess that's my answer for fall and spring then.
Yeah.
It's still trampoline filled with ice cream.
So only winter do trampolines.
Do they get rid of the trampoline? That's the only difference.
No, so they cover it up. They put in the shit.
So spending the same amount of money though. So you're saying if they have the money in the winter or the other seasons.
Right.
So I think we should just rename it winter and other season.
Okay.
I mean, we can't combine the names because that'd be too difficult.
And copyrighted.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why I can't say things like
but then so as if All those statements will get you in trouble.
Exactly. The carbureted. I didn't actually know about the carbureted season.
You didn't?
No.
It's all over the news. You know, back in 1894.
Oh, well. Back when the news didn't actually get around that fast.
No, took 2 months.
Alright. Should we get to one of the things? The subjects that
Sure.
we can do?
Hold on. Give me a number between 1 and 3.
Two.
2? So we're going to talk about Vanilla Ice, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and WYaoMing.
Alright, I don't know how one of the three correlates with the other two.
No, well, one of them could easily correlate with the other. Vanilla Ice could be in Wyoming right now. Same with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Is he from Wyoming?
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody's
Where do you think
from
Vanilla
Wyoming.
Ice is from? I'm gonna guess Detroit.
I was gonna guess the North Pole. Most people with the last name Ice are from one of the poles.
Yeah, you. That's why I said Detroit.
Oh. Wait, Troy or Detroit?
Detroit. Did I say Troy?
You said Troy the second time.
Yeah, that's why I said Detroit.
So it's Detroit, it's
Yeah.
Detroit.
It's a ghost upstairs. Yeah.
Goes with feet.
Very loud feet.
Boom, 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 boom.
Come on, little lollipop, play with me. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics.
Come here, the lollipop, tell me why. Some cherry pie.
That song got famous to me because of the Dell commercial.
Yeah, they had it like when they first started coming out with netbooks. Netbooks.
Oh, I remember my netbook. Oh, I didn't take good care of that.
No, I remember mine.
It fell on the floor
was
a
a bit,
lot.
a decent bit, newer than yours, and but no, mine was also it didn't fall much, but it was on the floor a lot. And
Really?
I was like, wow, I stepped on this
'Cause
thing by accident. And
I
it's
would
very
sit
sturdy.
in bed, and I'd just like go on my netbook, and then I'd shift like a degree to the left, and it'd just take the biggest tumble to the floor ever, and but it always landed on the power cord, and it just get damaged and damaged until you had to angle it.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember you had to angle it a
Yeah,
certain position just
that
to get
was
it
painful.
charged, and it had terrible battery, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, you had to plug it in, but the battery didn't go up. It just
It
kinda,
just
like,
stayed. It
at,
stayed
like,
at yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, I treated that so
You know,
badly, but I kept it for 4 years.
You know how you could have solved that?
How could
If
I?
it was a little bit in the future, you would have got a yoga instead. Because the yogas
What?
are all flexible and stuff.
What?
And your
How
computer
would
would have
yogas-
fallen,
I would've-
and it would have like used its yoga skills
Oh.
to like
Oh.
balance itself out.
I thought you were telling me to do yoga so I
No.
could sit there.
I was saying your computer should have done yoga, or you could have just got a yoga. Shout out to nobody, because I don't feel like getting sued by anybody.
Yoga
more than
shout-outs.
Sum 41.
Oh, any future famous people listening to this, only Sum 41 can sue the NaG Podcast Incorporated.
But I mean, they can. That's the way I specify. Not that only they can, but they can. Like, and if they want to,
They're
go
more than
ahead.
welcome.
I mean, as long as it's under 341, or it can be 341 if you really want to push it. But I mean, if not, then we don't give you permission. I know that's not how the whole court system works, but I don't care. And Sum 41 and me have made an agreement. We both know nothing over.
How come I
341.
wasn't consulted about this?
This is back in the days when we know each other. This is back in my roadie days.
Your roadie days? What did
Yeah.
you do in your roadie days?
I was a roadie.
What specifically? What did you do?
Selling
How do you
clothes.
not know what you did?
Eat some sandwiches. every
Why
once in a while.
specifically sandwiches?
I like sandwiches.
Well, I know that, but
Well, not like-
what kind of sandwiches did you make?
I don't know, sometimes different. Most of them had jalapenos on them, except for
Alright.
when we ran out, or when I just felt like having a sweet
Who else
sandwich.
was with you? 'Cause
A lot of immigrants.
oh,
I don't know why. I forgot what the
Why?
band I was with was called, but before I got traded over to Sum 41, I was with
you got
some other
traded to Sum 41.
band. Yeah, it's very similar to the NFL, the way the whole band roadies thing worked.
Alright.
But anyway, I don't know what the other band I was. They have this weird obsession with immigrants. So I think
Or
don't.
was it a band of immigrants, but like not a musical band?
Oh no, the band just liked immigrants. So
Really?
NSA, don't call me out on this one. Don't take my word for it. Just give me the benefit of the doubt. They may have a lot of illegal aliens into the country, but I wasn't a supporter of it, so.
You were just there. I mean, you
I
got
was there.
traded.
Yeah, that's why.
You didn't have
That's
to
why
support
I
it.
signed the contract so fast. I was like, oh well. I mean, I like new people, but legally,
I'm
I
not supposed to
can't
like
have
you.
the NSA up my thigh holes for that.
The thigh holes.
Yeah, I'm like a sponge. I have pores all over my body.
You do
mainly
now that
around the femur area.
Now that you've mentioned that, I see a lot of sponge-like qualities. Like that.
I feel like it'd be kind of funny to have like in one of your limbs to have a heart. And
What?
like watch it like so like if I have my thigh, one of my thigh would be like. You could like watch it.
I wouldn't find that funny.
Well, just
I'd find that
focus.
very creepy. But then I get
Well,
used to it. And I
If it
find
was
so
not
kind-
like if you think about it, like if we were used like hey maybe what if our heart was in our head, you know, because our brains are over
Alright.
there, and so like so we're used to that and like oh you have a heart in your chest, that's creepy. I mean you can't discriminate against thigh hearts. Like what's wrong with thigh heart people?
I had to be honest. When you first started that conversation, or that topic, I had no idea where that was going. It's like, because if you have a heart in your head, it's like, oh boy, where's he taking this one? There's a lot of places he can go with this one. And then you went for discriminating against people with hearts in their chest?
No thighs.
Thighs?
And
Sorry?
chest, I guess. I used chest as an example, if you had it in your head.
Alright.
But anyway, so speaking of thigh hearts,
Alright, that sounds like a band.
so when that might have been what the other band was called.
Thigh hearts?
I think it was the Thigh Hearts and the Ely Alies, which I
The
think was
Ely
short,
Aliens.
which I think was short for the illegal aliens.
I love that name.
It was
the Ely Aliens.
It was the
That
Thigh
sounds
Hearts
like
and
a
the Ely
teenage
Alies.
girl. Okay, this is a weird setup. It sounds like there's a race called the Alies, and happened to be a ravenous roaming rave of teenage girls, and they spotted this Ailey, and they went to say ew, but they said Ely.
Ely.
The Ely Alies.
It kind of sounds
And
like
it's just
somebody
weird.
who's like drunk, who's like
Ely
somebody's
Alies.
asking him like, "What's your favorite generation of music?" And he's like
Like,
slurring the early '80s. He's like,
E-
"The
Ely
'80s." And like,
Alies.
what are you saying? Oh, the early '80s, like
He turned retarded.
He was retarded. I mean,
He's-
he was, but he was also drunk.
He's drunk for life. Retarded is only for a little
Sorry, your baby is drunk.
bit.
and
No!
and the baby is sitting there like just freshly born and sits up and he's like,
Like the face. The dad's drunk too, because only the dad's there. No!
Yeah, my mom at first she just darted right as soon as the baby was born. But yeah,
Oh,
later in
looks
the
like
life,
my life just darted.
later in life, the baby went to the doctor and he was like, "Hey, doctor, I think I might have HIV," and he's like, "No, you are retarded."
What? But that can't be. That's impossible. Impossible.
And then, well, actually, no. He started out. Well, actually, the thing is, his mental retardation actually helped him sober up. Believe it or not.
So it was a good thing.
Yeah. And then,
Well,
and then it was more like.
Alright, that's awesome.
I think it was more like the doctor didn't know what he was talking about, and
Doctor
so
Dan.
we just kind of gave him a fake.
Oh, you were
handicap.
there? Because you keep saying we, as in you're part of this.
You know what? I think I was. I have done a lot of things in my day.
Yeah, you
I
were
mean,
part
I
of the
was-
Ely Alies, the Thigh Hearts.
Well, they were one.
You're
thing.
helping
it was,
this-
It was a band compilation. They're both
Oh.
like
You're helping this kid get off of his drunk
and turning into a
retard.
and stuff.
You're
I
a
realize
savior, Gavin.
I-
You should be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
But back to my many
Theory.
things. So I was a doctor. I was a roadie. I was a bull rider from the age of 3 to 5. And
Wait, was it like an actual bull? Because you heard
yeah,
about
bullfrog.
you heard about the crisis in these bull stadiums, haven't you?
Yeah,
They
well,
say they've been certain competitors have been sneaking in frog-shaped bulls.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the man-eating churros. I thought
No,
that's
oh
not a
God,
problem.
no, that's stupid.
Oh no, okay.
So like that's a
not
worldwide
what we call a
epidemic.
crisis. That's just like, you know, here and there, a few kids get picked off by a giant churro. It's not important. But back to earlier before we move on to more frog-shaped bulls and bull-shaped frogs. So Thigh Hearts. One of our favorite movies was the Thigh Heart series.
Oh my
We were all
God.
pretty Thigh Heart fans.
Really? I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I would have always thought yours would have been Immigration, the Lenny Kravitz story.
No.
Really? I was a huge fan of that movie.
Well, the Ely Aliens found anything about foreign people
Lenny Kravitz is foreign.
sexist. So
Oh well, to them.
I don't understand how the whole like nationality thing was sexist, but they just thought it was. So that's a thing.
I have a question. How many members were in the Ely Aliens? Well, that was really fast. All right. They all hated Lenny Kravitz. And people liked
Well, the
Lenny
way I
Kravitz.
always remember because they all had thighs tattooed above their eyebrows. I
Wait.
was gonna show you my arm,
Wait a minute.
but it was above
They,
their
they have
eyebrows.
thighs tattooed above their eyes.
Fives.
Oh,
The thigh
fives.
hearts- The Thigh Hearts actually had a tattoo right on their upper leg ligaments in their shoulder, and
It's
it was
still a ligament. Yes.
So I was hinting at the.
You just
stuff.
drew a circle.
But so they have a tattoo of a heart on the thigh, and they put them on their shoulders.
Is that a requirement to get into the band? Alright.
It's something if you're in the band, then you can get one.
So, if you get in the
It's
band,
a-
is it a requirement? Or is it just like, you'll be cooler if you do, but you don't have to?
Yeah, it's just like that, except for, I mean, cooler meaning you'll survive.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
There's
So,
a gauntlet that they have to go through, and it's really easy, especially the part with like the wolves and the other stuff.
do they
but-
have to give
but
themselves a tattoo?
No, at the very end, if you don't have a tattoo, you just die.
Oh.
The wizard's
Even
like,
if you survive.
the evil wizard is like,
No.
oh no, and you kill him really easy. But then
Wow.
the good wizard is like, well, I'm gonna kill you if you don't have a tattoo. And then you open up your shirt, you show the shoulder, and it's like, hey, look at this thigh heart. And he's like, no, that's an elbow long. And then you die because you have an elbow long
Oh,
on your shoulder. Tattoo.
I have one last question.
What?
Where is this gauntlet held?
It's funny you ask where it's held. I'll give you a little hint.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little hint. It's held in Wisconsin.
How was that a hint? That has nothing to do with Wisconsin.
Oh. Maybe I was thinking of the depths of Helsinki.
Helsinki? Well, that's good to know. I don't know why I'm so surprised at Helsinki.
It's considerably deep. So they have this cool elevator that you can go in there.
Elevator.
Also, you can go to the gauntlet.
Alright,
You can
that's
spectate
lame.
it.
That's lame. I'd rather sit in
they
the elevator.
They serve seasoned peanuts and crushed almonds.
Speaking of elevators, in my psychology class the other day, our teacher was telling us how have you ever heard of classical conditioning?
That sounds familiar. But
Just
Explain.
for
Explain.
anyone who doesn't know, it's basically like, say you went to work every single day,
Mhm.
and you would it's like a routine basically, but it's not noticeable. You basically train yourself to do something without physically doing. It's hard to explain, but like you would leave the room and then you'd lock the door.
Mhm.
Like you do it once and then you do it again,
And then
and then you just keep doing it, but you wouldn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So he was giving us an example of how in an elevator, it's weird if you don't face the door. Like you're standing in
Oh,
the
it is,
elevator
yeah.
facing the buttons. And so I thought it'd be hilarious if the next time I was in an elevator, I'd bring like just a piece of paper with 2 pieces of tape, and I tape it to the back of the wall, and I just stare at it. But there'd be
Why?
nothing on the paper.
Why does the paper matter then?
Huh?
Why do you need the paper?
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
But I just
thinking-
want to test to see if anyone like calls me out because I'm standing the wrong way. It doesn't work in like a see-through elevator because then you're just seeing things.
I was thinking, like you go in an elevator and then you stand looking at the sidewall. So like some elevators have doors on both sides and buttons on both sides.
Yeah, that's an example.
You stand at the sidewall. You just look at the sidewall and you're about like, your head's about 5 inches away from it, and you just look at the wall for like, but it's in a tall building, so you're going up like 7 stories with like 5 other people. I don't even know.
Mhm.
This is a big elevator,
Yeah,
but
very big elevator.
but so everybody's just standing in the ring because usually
In
they
the
have,
ring.
They usually have like everybody kind of like either stands at the door or they kind of like stand in the corner and like but they're kind of facing the door.
Squared circle.
But they're all kind of like in this basic kind of thing where they're all kind of angled the same way. They're either looking inward or at the door. And there's just me staring at the door, the wall, really close to the wall, waiting. And they all look at me. And then I don't know what happens after that.
I'd also think it'd be funny. Well, not funny. It'd be weird. Instead of just like not like looking at the wall. If you get in the elevator and you just sit down.
Nobody says you can't sit down in an elevator.
But it's weird if you do.
That's a funny thing. Kind of want to just sit down in places that shouldn't be sat upon, but
Well, you're already
but there
doing that.
technically isn't like anything saying I can't. So I'll just like walk in the middle of a museum, just
Sit
down on the floor, like what's wrong with the floor? It's
Go down.
big, it's open.
Go
it's
into the
just
middle
sit
of a
down.
burning building. Just sit down.
Yeah, I'm like, why aren't you dead? Why are you sitting?
I mean,
fire
if I
dead.
was standing, I'd be dead. But
Yeah.
I like to sit.
And then the firemen are like, oh, hey. And then they change
Can
the
we
whole
sit
stop,
with you?
drop, and roll to just stop, drop, and sit on
Sit.
the floor.
All right. Do the firefighters sit with you? Because that sounds like a roaring good time.
No, actually,
Alright.
firefighters lose their jobs, and we go into an economic depression because of it.
That's terrible. Well, let's do
But
that
at least
anyway.
The people
though.
aren't dead. Also, all the fire deaths
Fire
eliminated
deaths?
from death causes also ends in overpopulation. So
Oh my god.
in the short run, save a few lives. In the long run, we're in a worldwide economic depression
And overpopulation
and
crisis.
overpopulation, which will lead to famine,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually robots taking over our
Oh no.
grocery stores.
It's only the grocery stores.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, that's where all the foods.
we don't have enough advancements to make weapons for the robots, so just grocery
Thanks.
stores.
Well, is that a good thing?
I don't know, when we're out of jobs.
Okay.
No, I mean, it depends if we stay under a capitalist economy. If we
Communist?
if we go under a commie economy,
Konami code. Up, down, down, A, B, left, right. That's probably not right, but I think it is.
you said right in there a few times. Forgot what I was talking about.
Alright. Because I had to interrupt with the fake Konami code.
It was something about robot grocery stores.
Well, no, it's
Did you
robots
have you
taking over grocery stores.
well,
Not robot grocery stores.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Chappie?
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up.
I was like, I really want to watch this, and it's like March 6th, and I'm like, I'm still gonna watch it, even though it's the
And then it's
day
like,
after
hey,
somebody's birthday.
we got Anderson Cooper, like he has his real job on the show, and the movie is like, wow, I really need
Which
to see
one's Anderson Cooper?
He's the Anderson Cooper.
Anderson
That's him.
Cooper. Was he the Indian guy? Or?
No, he was the white guy who was doing in the trailer. He was doing the CNN report.
Oh, okay.
But he's a real person who does real CNN stuff. Shut up.
Okay. I was like, oh, a new Hugh Jackman movie, and then it's like, he's the bad guy, and I'm like, oh.
I still want to watch it.
I still want to watch it too, but
still
it's
Hugh
like,
Jackman.
but no, I'm watching it for Chappie. I like the robot.
I don't think you saw this,
the sounds.
but you probably didn't see the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon a couple days ago. It was with Liam Neeson, and
Oh.
Jimmy Fallon challenged him to an arm wrestling match.
Mhm.
But they both said how during their arm wrestling matches they like to say what they're gonna do when they win.
Oh.
So Jimmy Fallon, he's like, when I win, I'm gonna go to a tattoo parlor and get a giant tattoo on my back that says "Better pizza, better ingredients from Papa John's." But then Liam Neeson goes like, when I win, I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna say, I will find you and I will kill you. But this time, I'm talking to Waldo. And I was like, wow,
Oh my God.
Liam Neeson's gonna murder Waldo. And then Liam Neeson, at the very end, Liam Neeson's like, when I win, I'm gonna legally change my name to it was like
My name?
my Liam Neeson, my name to Dick Butt something. I don't, it wasn't Butt something, but it was Dick something. And then he wins, and then it was like Liam Neeson then legally changed his name to Dick something something. And then Jimmy Fallon saves. This probably wasn't it, but I think it is. Jimmy Fallon saves teenagers from local bear attacks.
Speaking of teenagers, we're gonna loop around back to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was a U-turn, folks.
Yeah, that was a U-turn. Vanilla Ice, WYaoMing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So you might ask why, and we'll respond with homing.
I was like,
I kind of
How
want
would I say
like
that?
one of I can't think, like you know one of those things like they have like the Red Robin thing where it's like
Red Robin.
and then some of the kids come out and they say that or like
Are we gonna be
or
wild?
the just like one of those frames the phrases like on those commercials where they have like somebody says something and somebody else pops out and says
Yep.
it. It's like wherever there is a Y, you'll hear a YaoMing or wow.
A YaoMing.
An oming.
YaoMing. A YaoMing. Aha.
YaoMing.
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 Hey.
Playing for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a new
Why?
basketball team, or no, it's a soccer team actually. Yao Ming's playing soccer now.
Why?
Oh
Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Let's call him up right now.
Oh Ming.
Oh Ming.
That's my response.
Oh Ming.
Ming.
Oh Ming.
Hey, a Yao Ming missile.
It's just a giant missile with his face and a thumbs up next to it.
No, I'm thinking like him with a dunce cap and jet shoes, and he's like, and
They're sending
and it's
Yao
like, and they
Ming.
just have, you know, not Obama because Obama doesn't operate the missiles. Richard Nixon does.
Wait a minute.
What?
You're right.
Yeah. I
just
know
had
I'm
to,
right.
I had to question you.
Richard Nixon does operate the missiles.
Wait, so Richard Nixon thinks it's okay to give Yao Ming a dunce cap and jet boots and just send him to another country?
Oh no, we just made some copies of Yao Ming. Yao Ming, he lives his life. We just
Oh,
put
thank
the
you.
copies have the shoes and the dunce
Thank
caps.
God. Yao Ming's
They were
a,
putting Yao Ming in a dunce cap. Come on.
Yao Ming's a true American hero. We need him.
Exactly, but back to the previous statement. So Richard Nixon's sitting there, and they're like, "Sir, would you like to launch the nuclear missiles?" And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, come on. You should have known that.
And then like after a few like waves of missiles that he launches at the entirety of the rest of the state.
Country, wow.
The country.
Wow.
Then I narrowed it down to state.
Oh, wow.
No, the world, other countries, and Antarctica. Not a country, but it is a continent.
Oh, well, okay.
Anyway, so
Roll with it.
everybody, including Antarctica, blown up. But then after all those, whoa, what was that?
You spit.
What was spit?
When Ben Affleck was here.
Ben Affleck spits on the floor.
No, if only he was here.
Oh.
You could have cleaned it up for us.
Oh, Clint.
Cleaned it up for us.
Clint Eastwood.
No.
I don't know.
That'd be Clint Eastwood.
Um.
Richard Nixon launching missiles.
Yeah, Richard Nixon
across
launching
the
missiles,
world.
and then like after all of it, they're like, "Sir, we have no missiles." He's like, "Yeah, we do." He's like, "No, you don't mean the Yao Ming missiles or whatever, the Yao Ming missiles." And it's like, "I'll do." And then he puts up his fingers.
I'll do. Like,
I'll do.
Like, Richard, what does that mean?
And
Richard.
then they're like, "Put no, sir." And he's like, "I do." And then he gets broken and he keeps saying, I do for like a few minutes, and then they launch all of the Yao Ming missiles, and
Why are we doing this?
I don't know, the rest of the world's blown up and he didn't know what else to do with the Yao Ming missiles, so he just launched them. And then like
else
there was
do
a
with your
few,
Yaoming
there was a
missiles?
few survivors in China, and they were all like, "Oh no, what is that?" Because we're actually.
That's so racist.
I was gonna say that they were American
Terrorists.
terror tourists, which is a combination of both.
Oh
and
my
they were
God.
and they were trying to impersonate Chinese people, and they did a really bad job because they were extremely racist. Which is probably the worst people to send undercover is racist people, but they did it anyway. So
Looking at you, Dustin.
so like, whoa, what is that? And Dustin's like, come on. And then
He wouldn't do that too. He wouldn't.
no, I forgot the breakdancing part, but he'd probably do that and go like, and he like keeps doing it.
Do the worm. I am just.
Oh,
Oh
no!
God.
Oh no!
Oh,
And
you
then
just attacked.
the microphone thing has been compromised, and then
Attacked.
but yeah, and he's like, "What is that? It looks like a basketball player." And they're like, "But those aren't basketball shoes." And
No.
then it's like, well, a basketball player wouldn't wear a dunce cap, and then they all get blown up.
Because they didn't take the time to run away from a WYaoMing missile. It's a bird. It's WYaoMing.
And so and then actually there was an American uprising because Richard Nixon was like, "I'll do," and then so there was obviously the Americans were the ones who survived
Well,
because
because they didn't get hit.
yeah, I mean there was yeah. See, Dustin would have survived if it wasn't for the WYaoMing missiles.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Dustin's like, I don't speak Chinese. Ding dong, ding dong.
It's like, no one's ringing the doorbell. Ooh.
And the WYaoMing missile's like, who's at the door? And he's like, oh no, you didn't fool me. And then he continues to launch his way at Dustin and then pulls him up.
Just imagining Dustin going to a doorbell and just, okay, just the thought of trying to fake out a missile by using a doorbell.
Well, the WYaoMing missiles.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
aren't
Oh,
too
no.
difficult.
You didn't fool me.
Oh, no, yeah, but the only reason was because, you know, the entirety of the world except for the US was blown up.
It's true.
So Dustin was just in front of like a door with like a crumbled down wall. So that's all that was left of the house. So he could see Dustin on the outside, and then there was no rest of the house, and then he was just pressing a doorbell to no house, and that's how the WYaoMing missile was like, oh no, you didn't get me, Dustin. He talks like that. But
You didn't get me, Dustin.
Dustin.
Oh, he's gonna hit me over this.
He probably will. He's probably gonna be like, why is you guys fighting? And then I'll be like, well, I mean, you were in China for some reason.
And then
so
you died.
We didn't think that you could make it, and then we're like, and then we didn't realize the whole, you know, I do thing. So,
And then it's not my fault that you decided that the best defense for an oncoming WYaoMing missile is to hit a doorbell.
I know that was kind of Dustin's fault. I could have been like, hey man,
Please don't.
you don't want to blow up. I don't want to blow up. Don't blow us up. And WYaoMing missile would have been like,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's some good philosophy right there.
But no, he didn't do that.
Or Dustin.
He didn't do that. He said,
And
"Oh,
then he's like,
I better
ding dong, ding dong.
He's
And he
like,
wasn't even
hey,
a working doorbell. Dustin was literally saying, ding dong, ding dong.
like no.
Yeah.
You didn't
No,
fool
no,
me."
no. Yeah, I mean, he could have been like, hey man, peace. And the WYaoMing missile would have been like, hey man, peace, Dustin. And
So
it would work.
Dustin, he could have saved 2 lives instead
So
of killed 2.
This is what happened. You killed all the Chinese people. And that's why you couldn't be here.
That's why we didn't invite you for this.
We were gonna invite you because you were gonna go to China, and then we would have been.
We
We would have
would've
said
like,
sorry, but you were in China, so I mean no. We would have said sorry that you couldn't make it because you're in China, but we can't because you killed the Chinese.
Yeah.
So.
So does anyone out there, if you see a man wandering, never mind, he's dead.
Oh. Oh yeah, he was dead.
Yeah, he's dead. So
Oh, actually,
gonna,
I can't even really. Okay, I'm not gonna apologize for you killing the Chinese people, but I'm sorry that you're dead now, Dustin. I feel like that's.
Because now I can't make fun of you.
That's a little upsetting. I don't know. But So yeah, I was saying earlier though the uprising against WYaoMing, because the Americans were upset that WYaoMing was blowing up people, but they didn't realize it was I'm
Copies.
dying over here. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were copies that were used as missiles. They were actually. I don't even realize how they blow up. They just kind of do. There's no, because it's a person with a hat and shoes.
No, they it's as soon as the jet boots land on impact, they explode because of all the dangerous chlorine.
I just thought WYaoMing's an explosive.
Well, that's true too.
WYaoMing, you can't sue us, but
Some 41 cam.
341, some 41.
Segway.
Well, it's not everything really. I'm gonna go back to it.
Past segue from the past.
Hi. Random motorcycle noises.
Wumma.
Yeah, last episode was filled with a lot more random noises for durations.
Well, I could. That's probably why last week's episode was recorded at 11:30 at night. This one's recorded at like 2, 3 something. I can't
see. That clock says.
4.
That one says 4:35, but it
It's
is
3:34.
So
That clock is wrong.
it's only up by like about an hour though.
Oh man, Tony Hawk, right?
Yeah, but anyway, back to the uprising. So then, you know, honestly, there's not really much to it. WYaoMing died. He was like, oh no, ding ding ding, ding dong ding dong, and apparently him and Dustin think extremely similarly.
But they hate each other because Dustin.
Because they're twin brothers.
Oh,
fraternal twins.
Wow.
Yep.
He didn't tell me that. How was I supposed to know?
I thought he would have told you. Turns out Dustin's a liar and a murderer, and he ding dong ding dong.
Ding dong ding dong. You know what's funny? When we made a U-turn a little while ago about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
we're like, whoop, whoop.
and
just went to
then it turned to
different.
WYaoMing missiles because we said WYaoMing.
Oh my! Wow! Wow! All right.
That is quite the jump.
All right. Let's try to go down. I'm gonna.
I need
this
that.
ball.
I need
It's
that.
falling away.
I need
Oh,
that.
no, I'm gonna get it.
Viewers, there's a ball rolling down the street.
And I
Because
tried to pick it up and I dropped it.
We're recording on the streets of San Francisco.
Yep, San Francisco. Come track us down. You'll find us and kill us. Haha. Suing.
It's not like you're a WYaoMing missile or anything. Ah!
But WYaoMing's also on the streets of San Francisco right
Actually,
now,
wouldn't surprise
trying to catch a ball. A little green stress ball.
Ding dong ding dong, give me that back. A ding dong ding dong.
I imagine him on defense in the game. Like, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Ding dong ding.
By the way, that's not my version of a Chinese accent. That's my version of the Dustin accent.
Yeah,
that
'cause he's the
apparently all
racist
WYaoMing's one.
He's the racist.
All right, so back to this is not even really a U-turn. This is more of just like a backtrack. But
Beep beep.
the bullfrog thing back in my bullfighting days when there was a lot of bullfrogs or bull riding. Bullfighting was the age of 5 to 8. 3 to 5 was bull riding.
Mm-hmm.
Who lets a 3 to 5-year-old fight bulls?
I know. I mean, riding's the only safe thing to do.
But back in my days of the bullfrog riding as a 3 to 5-year-old, not as I was like 1, and then I was 2, and then on my 3rd birthday they just had a 3-5 on my birthday cake.
You're 3 to 5.
I was the age 3 to 5 for 2 years. I wasn't 3, 4, and 5. But bullfrog, and then there was the whole scandal with the
frog-shaped bulls.
Frog-shaped bulls, and then that covered up the whole man-eating churro thing where they eat children. But anyway, frog-shaped bulls, bullfrog. Which one do you think would win in a fight or a beauty pageant? Actually, give me an answer for both.
Wait, is it a bull fight or a bull riding competition? For the first one.
No, it's like the bulls are fighting each other.
Oh, they're fighting each other. Oh, then clearly the bullfrog would win.
But not a frog shaped. What's a frog shaped bull? Like,
It's in the title.
well, I know, but like, so is it like a little bull, but it's still got its cow head and the horns?
It's just.
But it's like this.
It's been shrinked down to frog size.
And it's like round like a frog too.
Yeah.
Has muscular frog legs, but
Exactly.
it's still furry and has hooves and a tail.
But and it still has all the characteristics of a bull.
It's just frog like
Shaped.
shaped, so it's just a little deformed.
Yeah.
All right, so well, yeah, I mean a bullfrog's
Bullfrog
like
would be that. But in a beauty pageant, you gotta
Frog-shaped
go with
bull.
the frog-shaped bull on this
yeah, I
one.
don't mean to agree with you on both stances, but that's so true because a frog-shaped bull, it's like, hey, I'm a bull, man. I can't do frog
Have you ever
stuff.
seen it wear a dress? It just looks astounding in it. And it even answers the beauty pageant. It's also very intelligent.
I mean, it's got lots of really impressive hobbies, such as
Yeah.
drinking hydrogen and
Glug.
and being an archaeologist when it's
Build.
sleeping, and the archaeologist, not architect.
Dig.
It's also an architect though.
Build.
That's the other half of its sleeping habits, and when it's awake, well, I mean,
It
it's
competes in beauty pageants.
Yeah. And then, so like, it shows a video of all of its hobbies and all of its careers that it has as like a 5-year-old frog-shaped bull. But I'll say back to the fighting thing is it's a bull shaped as a frog, so it's like
it doesn't have very good traction.
and it's like hey, I'm a bull. I'm not supposed to
It
do frog
also
stuff.
doesn't want to get its dress dirty. Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta compete in beauty pageants.
And then the bullfrog's like ribbit, and then it just kills the poor little innocent
Oh.
frog-shaped bull.
Oh, I'm very upset about that.
But it still would win in a fight. As sad as it
Yeah.
is, it's like
Oh.
you'd be like, hey, an old man or a little girl, who's gonna win the fight? You say old man, it's sad,
Yeah.
but the old man would win.
Rest in peace, Lewis.
Yeah, rest in peace, Lewis. R.I.P.
We knew you,
We knew you when we created you.
and then you died.
Yep. He was pretty much his creation
A
was the
waterfall.
fact that he was dead. Yeah. All right. So that was not as much. I
No.
love how we can say the word WYaoMing
And go
have
on a
so
20-minute
much more
rant.
stuff. But bullfrog, frog shaped bull.
Okay.
We just had answers
Just
ready.
listen for this. You can say the word Wyoming and go on a 20-minute rant about YaoMing missiles and a racist friend of ours.
I'll do. He's
And
not really
Richard-
racist,
well,
if you're wondering.
he's
Except
not-
for the fact where he competes in
and
races that he doesn't.
He's dead now.
Yep.
Anyway, is also remember when I said earlier, give me a number between 1 through 3. You just answered number 1 and 2. Number 3 on the list is fantasy football.
This one might have a little bit more talking.
because it's just
So
no, it's
I
pretty big.
I thought about doing fantasy football once. It was also
'Cause you
several
hate
years
football,
ago
right?
when I don't hate football. I like football. I just can't get into it that much because I'm one of me people who doesn't do the sport. You know.
For everyone who can't see, he's one of the me people.
Yeah, I'm one of the me
Just
people.
from think
Nintendo copyright. Yeah, shout out to you guys.
Sega does when Nintendo don't.
Yeah, I mean so does.
Sega got in trouble for that. Like
Oh, really?
that was something they actually did, and then Nintendo was like, "Hey, no." They were like, "Hey, you're just making fun of us," and Sega's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
what you gonna do about it?"
bully.
And then Activision or somebody was like, "Can we have you, Sega?" And he's like, "Sure."
Sure, man.
I don't
down.
care.
But yeah, fantasy football. So well, also the main reason I didn't do it was because I was like 10, and I was like,
You
this
wouldn't
looks
understand
complicated.
Voice crack.
And so I tried it.
I'd be interested in
Actually,
doing
I
it
didn't try. I didn't try. it.
Actually, I would like. I could do it.
But this is a different type of fantasy football.
This
so
is
we're gonna come up.
Like not fantasy football the game, but fantasy football as in like the actual fantasy.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Something you'd read in a
put
book.
whatever characters we want in a team.
Harriet Tubman going to the Falcons.
No, we're gonna come up with our own
Tubman.
teams.
Oh, we have to come up with all of the players on every single National Football League team. We're gonna be here a while.
No, we're gonna have our own teams. So you
Alright.
had a team in the NFL, and I had a team in the NFL,
Oh,
and they were
okay.
filled with
Whoever
fictional
we want.
characters, or even real people. Honestly, whoever we wanted. It could be, I don't know, a frog's brain cell, or it could be,
Ooh.
like you said, Harriet Tubman.
All right. Okay. I want to start.
Alright.
My team name is going to be the WYaoMings. Actually, the WYaoMing Rockets.
The WYaoMing Rockets.
Yeah, because you know Yao
The
Ming.
Y. No, but you should have
The
you should-
WYaoMing Rockets.
Yeah, you should have an A in WYaoMing.
The WYaoMing Rockets.
It's the WYaoMing.
And my leading quarterback is going to be former President of the United States, number 38 to be exact, Gerald Ford.
Gerald.
He was going to lead our team to the national championship.
All right.
At running back, I'm gonna have to go with Thor.
Thor.
I think he would be a great running back. I got two main wide receivers here. I'm gonna have to go with a noise for one, and Deadpool.
Oh.
Deadpool would be number one, and a lion.
A lion.
A lion.
Any lion.
Just a lion.
A lion.
He
You
would be
just
my
pick
wide
one
receiver.
up on the streets.
Right. And I went down to the local bar, but you know we're still in San Francisco. I went down to the local bar. I happened to find none other than Johnny Quest, former 60s cartoon star. And
Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest.
Oh.
And I hired him to be the team's manager
Oh.
and head coach.
So you're the owner of it?
Yeah, I'm the owner.
Okay, then.
It's my team.
All right. So that's the basis.
That's like the star players.
All right. So how many did you put?
One quarterback, one running back, and two wide receivers.
That's four. And then you have the coach.
Yep.
So I'll do 4 on a coach.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna do coach last.
Okay.
But for my quarterback.
Wait, what's your team gonna be?
Oh, my team name. Boy, I forgot about that. I'm gonna be the Atlantis Sausage Kings, named
All right.
after the
All right.
the excessive success of the sausage industry in Atlantis before it was Atlanticized.
Before you get any further, I just realized something. The funny thing about the WYaoMing Rockets is that Yao Ming plays for the Rockets.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, he's a member of the Houston Rockets, and now he has a team named after him, the WYaoMing Rockets. Continue.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest. They
Really?
say when
You
I
didn't
created
know
him
that?
being a Rocket, I didn't know he played for the Rockets.
Now I was
So I'm
wondering. I
gonna
was
say
like, wow.
there
You
was
know.
no connection there on purpose.
Anyway, go on.
All right. So the Atlantis Sausage Kings, for the overwhelming popularity of the sausage industry in Atlantis. So the quarterback is gonna be. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do. I'm thinking of people I want for my team, just not specifically quarterback. I'm gonna have Checkerface as my wide receiver.
Checkered
One of
face.
my wide receivers.
Segue. I can't. It's not a segue. It's
That's
if
what we
anything,
call
it's a
a
callback.
to a former joke.
That's a callback.
That is a callback. Not going to emphasize it and copyright ourselves. It isn't copyrighted.
Well, we're
anyway.
not copywriting ourselves.
We could totally patent that and then sue them for that. That'd be
Oh,
pretty
we
funny.
totally could.
That'd be really mean.
It'd be really funny. We're taking their own money that they don't have.
Exactly.
Anyway, continue.
Um,
Checker face is a wide receiver. Good God.
Checkerface is a wide receiver. He can't normally get there, but when he can, he'll catch the ball. Unless somebody else
That is
blocks in front of him.
Checkered face has his own tagline.
It's more like he might catch. It's more like
He has a
he's
good shot.
an okay player. I just wanted him on my
You
team.
signed.
I can't imagine
good
him. I know
contract.
this is a fantasy team, but I can't be unrealistic. Checkerface isn't gonna be that great. He's gonna be alright. He's gonna catch
He
it
gets
sometime.
he gets a touchdown here and
He's
there,
gonna be one of
but he
my
needs a
backups,
good
but-
quarterback to help him get some
Exactly,
touchdowns.
and so that is why I am going to have as my quarterback. I'm trying to think. I think Chester Cheetah is gonna
Chester Cheetah.
is gonna. I was thinking maybe Chuck E. Cheese for alliterated
I
cartoon
was gonna
characters,
suggest
but
Michael Dick.
it's funny. One of my other. I think my running back is actually Michael Bay.
As whenever he gets the ball, an explosion.
Only touchdowns.
Only
Actually, I take it back.
touchdowns.
Only punts.
But he's a running back. What is he gonna be there for punts? So there's no explosions.
Okay, take it back. Michael Bay is kicker. And
All
he's
right.
only when he gets field goals now.
What happens when he misses? No explosion.
No explosions,
All
quite
right.
simply.
Is he?
Or
It'd be
just-
hilarious if he was just a terrible kicker.
Or no, the explosions just happen on the other goalpost.
Oh, wow.
Um,
All right. Michael Bay is kicker, and Chester Cheetah
and
quarterback.
when Michael Bay gets drafted on the TV, there's just like Michael Bay drafted to the Atlanta Sausage Kings.
I love it, like, cause I'm not
As
sure
kicker.
if you're familiar of how drafts work. The commissioner comes out and he goes like, just for argument's sake, you were the number 1 overall pick,
Mhm.
and he goes, with the first overall pick in the 2016 NFL draft, the Atlantis Sausage Kings select Michael Bay at punter.
No, is it kicker?
Rewind at kicker.
But it shows like Michael Bay like emotionally crying, and each time one of his tears hits the floor, it explodes.
Oh my god.
You're just like, this is really wow, they're really emotional for me.
I'd like to think my dad, I love you, Pops, and then his Pops explodes.
I love you, Pops, and then it's like Michael Bay's Pops, and then like explosions in the background, like.
Just imagine Michael Bay's pop, not dad,
Not dad.
his pops. His pops is just sitting there, but he didn't expect a comment. He didn't see a comment, so like, "I love you, pops," and then he's like,
He does like the like confused jazz hands. He's like,
and then Michael Bay's pop.
yeah, background explosion question mark.
I was gonna say his mother, but then Michael Bay's mom's. It's just a mom.
Mama Bay.
Love you, Mama Bay.
Mama
And-
Bay is Bay.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so now that you got Michael Bay as kicker,
Alright, so
Who
I got
else?
2 out of my 5
3.
people. 3?
you got,
Mike-
remember, Checkered Face.
Checker
Why-
Face.
And Chester Cheetah at quarterback.
Michael Bay. Chester Cheetah.
I feel like he'd be better at running back because he's a cheetah.
Okay, fine, then I'll move him.
Sorry, dude.
I'll move him to my running
I'm
back
just
then.
making a suggestion.
Okay,
All right.
but
Okay.
I still need some. I'm gonna do Kool-Aid Man as my quarterback then.
Oh, it'd be if he
Not
gets
as
sacked,
a defensive lineman.
but if he gets sacked, he dies.
No, we could just fill him up with more Kool-Aid or put a lid on.
No, the glass is gonna break.
Oh no, we made him at a sapphire.
Sap. Oh, I was like sapphire. What is that a sap on? Is that like
That's
sap
actually
on fire?
what but a little bit of intelligence for you. We are exceeding our last time already by quite a bit.
13 minutes.
And
13
actually, it's
minutes and
actually
exactly
16
now.
minutes
Yeah.
and
3
16
seconds.
minutes right now. But that's what the Apple Watch is. Their glass it's the second hardest translucent material after diamond, which is sapphire. Anyway,
Sapphire.
Sapphire. You can say there's 2 P's, so you could technically say sapphire if you want, or say
Sapphire.
sapphire.
But I'm just used to it.
That's
Sapphire.
because
Shout out to Pokemon Sapphire.
3 vowels, so I feel like sap and fire are 2. Anyway,
Sorry about
apart
that,
from
Game Freak. I
pronunciation-
didn't mean it.
Anyway, back to Kool-Aid Man. So that way, Kool-Aid Man. I don't know how we engineered our own Kool-Aid Man. We
Well,
we
it's
just
just
put,
any glass that
we
you.
sprayed some resin on the outside. How about
Okay.
that?
There's any glass that you put a face on for Kool-Aid, it turns into the Kool-Aid Man.
No. Well, then we
Yeah, it is.
Oh well, I would say then we're not gonna use sapphire. We just make new ones.
You can if you wish, but
They're inconsistent.
the one
in their
you're
stats,
drafting is the
but-
one out of Sapphire.
Yeah, nobody knows that.
I do.
We're not gonna talk to the authorities.
Well, let me tell you, we're on a hidden camera show this entire time.
Whoa.
You're going to jail. Who
Oh.
you drafting as your other wide receiver?
Well, we're only doing 4 people.
Oh, who's gonna be your manager?
My manager / coach is for eternity.
Who's for eternity?
No, for eternity.
Oh,
Even after the sport American football has been extinct, still be a coach of the only existing football team with no players. I want to go John Wayne, but I don't think I should. I think I'm gonna go with
The Duke.
I think I'm gonna go with
I'd suggest Will Smith, but I'm currently in contract negotiations with him.
I think I'm gonna go with the guy from the popsicle commercials. The guy with popsicle, it's possible. The super
That's just
Captain
an announcer.
America. No, there was like a Captain America looking fellow.
So you're gonna go with Captain Popsicles?
Yep. That's my coach. I realized that. Okay, that's gonna be my first one until it goes horribly wrong because I realize he's a 6-year-old on steroids.
Oh, that's terrible.
you're like, oh,
Wait a minute.
And Nick's like, oh no, and then the
You
Kool-Aid man's like, hey man,
bamboozled
how's
me.
it going? But I think icy hot commercials are in order for all of my players.
You're gonna get
And
Shaquille
staff.
O'Neal
No, just
because he does the icy hot
No,
commercials.
I'm placing Shaquille O'Neal with all of my players.
So,
like,
but
they're all
who's gonna
just-
be your coach? Slash head coach.
My second coach after the horrible scandal / go wrong sickles with
Captain
popsicles. I had a name. He-Man.
He-Man. Oh,
I am the manager.
He-Man. Yeah, okay, that's a great pick. That's a lot better of mine, who I already forgot.
That's a wait to see.
I still am in contract negotiations with Will Smith to become my new manager.
What was your coach?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You had Deadpool on your team.
He
I
was my
remember.
wide receiver.
Who was his
Thor
wide-
was my running back.
Thor was your running back.
Oh shoot, I can't remember my others. A Lion was my other wide receiver. Who was my Gerald Ford was my quarterback. Well, who was my manager? Oh, I'm gonna replace him. My manager, you're fired. I'm gonna replace him.
Manager that you haven't hired yet. Fired.
Ah,
Just canceling contracts.
I'm gonna have to replace him with She-Hulk.
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 That. I want to see She-Hulk and
He-Man.
He-Man getting a fight on the field because they're mad about their players.
No, like He-Man starts to be just a big Michael Dick, and he just like yells like, "Oh, yeah, you team sucks." And then She-Hulks it out, and she storms across the field, and then He-Man's it out, and then they fight in the middle of the field.
Did you do that on purpose to have He-Man and She-Hulk? Okay. Not gonna do She-Ra.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take it back.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
have to pick Stephen Amell.
So speaking of all these contracts that you've been making and breaking, I'd
I'm
like
good
to
at
say
that.
one of our other catchphrases here at Eggnag should be Eggnag, making and canceling contracts.
Deal
since,
with it.
Since 2014. Deal with it. Thumb swing.
I think that's
Fist
a
bump.
great place to stop. Actually,
Alright,
well, no, I
well-
want to go to an exact hour.
All right.
We have 50 seconds left.
50 seconds. All right.
What are we going to talk about for 50 seconds?
I don't know. Let's rant about pudding.
I'm not a big fan of pudding.
Tapioca. Why does it have so many bubbles? I don't understand.
Why is it called tapioca?
Why do we have to color chocolate brown?
I don't know. Tap-e-oka?
Oh,
How would I think?
well, what is E?
I just
What is
asked you,
oka?
is that what I think?
Is that what you think, Nick?
I don't know.
You
What do you think?
How's your brain? Conundrums. They're pun
Oh,
based.
here's one. You know
things.
what's a funny word?
What?
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Start using that,
It's
people
got
at home.
bamboo and it's embezzled and it's like if
Pandas
you
use
bedazzle
that word.
something, but it's like bamboo. Yeah, that's what pandas do instead of bedazzling. They bamboozle.
That's right.
Yep, and then
Right.
it'd be like, hey, look, we got all these sweet new bamboozled clothes.
Anyway.
Yep, we got 6.
Guess we'll
five,
catch you next
4,
time.
3, 2,
I'm Nick.
and I'm gonna deal with it.